Hey there, before we start, go to patreonify.com. Help out our podcast. Help out our podcast studio, Chobo Studios. We're a small business. We're a small podcast, and we would love your patronage. Also, as a patron, you get to see the lost episode of TCCP, episode 62 Alpha, only on Patreon. So help us out. Now on with the show.
I saw a cute fluff ball at the coffee shop. I asked, can I pet it? She said, me or the dog. I said, whoa, quick wit. She said, pull up a chair. I've got 1,000 dad jokes I've been wanting to share. She had me in stitches, fully tickled, hotter than Portman, funnier than Rickles. She said, my friends are in town tonight and we're all going out. They're Swedish and single and I'm showing them around. You wanna come with? You seem cool and artsy. That's when I broke the news, honey. I can't party.
I love your Capri Sun instrument.
You know, you gotta be like a child to enter the kingdom of the TCCP. Welcome to the Conscious Club podcast. It's the number 2 Vulfpeck podcast. Now that the Michael McBolton podcast exists, yet is on an indefinite hiatus. I really loved the Michael McBolton first, second episodes. Mm-hmm. But
they immediately said and realized in the episodes that it's way too much work.
Well, I think they brought that on themselves, honestly.
They overproduced it like crazy.
That podcast is the most produced podcast I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. And literally, it's like it's dissertation in how not to podcast. It's great.
We love Joey, though.
No, we love it. No, and actually, it's such high quality that it's almost like it was
a limited series.
Yeah, it's like Serial.
Yeah.
You know, but basketball and music. Yeah. But we love Joey Dosick. We love everything Vulfpeck. Welcome everybody. This is the Conscious Club podcast here on YouTube, here on Apple Music or Apple Podcast, Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you. If you're on YouTube, we love you. You can see my
oh my god.
I took it there. Sorry.
God damn.
You're
not supposed to say something like that in the first 30 seconds.
Well, you know, I bleeped it for their ears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's early enough in the edit to where I would still watch.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Welcome, everybody. This is episode 62B. Yes, 62B. We recorded 62 about a month ago. Yeah, we felt like we didn't want to put that out. Also, I had a surgery around that time. So I don't even think I was in the right mind to podcast, honestly. There was far more going on in my brain. And I
was in my feelings because I got kicked out of the Vulfpack, and I think I was just negative and had daggers for some reason. So
yeah, and I feel like it's far enough away now where it's like, who cares?
I'm in the shitty Reddit group, and that's all that matters. I'm still surviving, hanging on.
The Vulf Reddit people, they're good.
No, God bless, they're great.
They're kind of like us, honestly. They're kind of sleepy.
Yeah.
They do stuff. Yeah, they do stuff less often. They're literally us. It's great.
Yeah. Love it.
We love you. No, I think they're our core audience, honestly. Yeah. It's probably the Reddit, the TCP, or the Vulfpeck Reddit folks. Well, anyway, welcome everybody. This is sponsored by Capri Sun.
We wish.
I want
that Capri Sun coin.
Yeah. But welcome everybody. We're going to get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Jack got robbed.
He did.
Unfortunately. And I want to make it clear that it wasn't me. Okay. Of
course not.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
No.
Stuff got stolen.
It's really sad.
His Joe Dart number 0?
Mm-hmm.
No engraving. No number engraving. Which means it's the first one ever made. Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to know Jack's part in all of that Joe Dart bass series. If he gets the number 0 and Joe doesn't,
dude, I'm telling you.
How does Jack finagle his way into a contract like that?
I'm sure Jack was the one that hooked him up, and
with Ernie
Joe's
Ball?
probably or Jack's probably closer to whoever's working on the actual thing. If they're in California, I don't know where Ernie Ball is.
Yeah, me neither. But it seems interesting. It's like it's like he's like Jack Stratton's like the Lorne Michaels of the Vulf community. It seems like.
Yeah,
he's got to have his hand
near Coachella.
Whoa. Well, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow.
Super sad though. Tons of instruments.
Yeah.
We're gonna say what everyone's been saying. If you guys go to any music stores or pawn shops where they take secondhand stuff, Craigslist, eBay, keep your eye out, especially for Joe Dart's original jazz bass as well, because that's his actual jazz bass from elementary school. They said on Reddit.
It's interesting how, you dock somebody in a different state, and then somehow all the stuff gets stolen from his California address.
I know.
So
proof that you had nothing to do with it.
Proof I had nothing to do with doxing Jack. He was gonna get doxed no matter what, honestly, with the way he was
I don't know. I feel
putting
really
it all
bad
out
for
there.
him.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I lean into the joke, but
somebody on Reddit said, to be fair, guessing the code to the deadbolt was super easy. 1612, baby.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, yeah. I love the vision, the picture of him having a deadbolt, or like a locker, lock on his door.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like a bank safe vault thing.
Bank safe, or just like an Occidental College locker. Like a locker lock.
Love that.
On his front door.
Yeah. Love that.
I mean, it's probably digital. Yeah, it's probably like the Airbnb code, which hits. Yeah.
Poor Jack, though. Thoughts and prayers. We love Jack. Who's gonna get married at Bonnaroo?
I'm using the audio from the mini mic. It's going straight into the phone. Adobe Podcast AI into the Vulf compressor. Now that that's cleared up, I want to tell you a story about Vulfpeck. Every one of us came up playing weddings, simchas, but then Vulf took off and we started playing concerts. But sometimes you get the itch. That's why we're auctioning off one wedding at Bonnaroo. You will get married on stage, officiated by Theo Katzman. Probably not a legal wedding. And then a rousing Freilach set from the baddest klezmer band, Yiddishia Pirat, into a wedding set from Vulfpeck. It'll be the talk of the Roo. It'll be so much fun after Kendrick Lamar on Friday night, late night. Insane. eBay auction. We're auctioning it off. Unclear if it's a legal wedding or not. Unclear. Seeing a lot of people saying...
It's cute. Joe's mom commented, or I think it is, yeah, right? Vulf mom? Yeah. She said, so I have 8 weeks to find my soulmate to have the joy of Joe Dart playing me at my wedding.
Wow.
Cute.
Interesting.
I love
Divorcee.
it. Or never say.
Oh, out of wedlock.
Who knows?
Maybe that's how you make the best bass players.
Gotta have
your kid out
that
of
struggle
wedlock.
in the background.
Right, yeah.
Gotta have some
direct
daddy
struggle.
issues.
Yeah. Interesting.
Also, Vulfpeck announced today they're playing 4 nights.
8 shows, 4 nights.
Yeah.
At was it the Brooklyn Bowl, or is it just in Brooklyn?
I don't know.
I think Jack heard me about the festivals, and said, "I'll one up you here. Y'all want a Vulf show without a festival? We're just going to do 8 shows in one location across the entire country."
I know, right?
Yeah. I guess does he? I guess do you? I think there's 75 a pop.
Nice.
I guess that, and Daniel might know this, but our beautiful producer Daniel, thank you for joining us and switching today.
Oh my gosh, Daniel!
Doesn't he sound a whole lot better?
him.
I switched. I did some audio engineering and fixed the audio levels. Now you can hear him so much clearer.
Appreciate it.
I never heard the emphasis on that, but appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love that.
What was your question? Sorry.
I was thinking, I never asked it. That's why. Do you think Jack picks the location of the shows based on Spotify data? So say like, can you do 8 shows in Brooklyn? And does he consult the Spotify data to support, hey, can we actually sell out 8 shows in the Brooklyn area? Do you then go to your Spotify data and go, okay, we have X amount of listeners here. A percentage of those listeners will buy tickets. What do you think?
That's a good question.
Long-winded, yeah, sorry.
Possibility? I guess that it's a possibility. I would imagine there's a big hub for Vulfpeck listens in Brooklyn, but I'm not sure if that's specifically it. We grew up really liking the band Streetlight Manifesto, and their hometown is New Jersey. And I know that when they do an annual New Jersey show at the Starland Ballroom out there. And I know that when they thought that they were actually going to kind of sunset the band in 2013, they did like a slew of like 3 nights or something like that, playing their entire catalog. And I think that they do that every once in a while.
The Brooklyn Bowl?
I'm sorry?
Well, that was the Brooklyn Bowl series, right?
Was that? I thought it was the Starland Ballroom.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I guess it might have been. I think the point is
Danny
that
Wood, please comment. Thank you.
They've chosen their hometown as kind of like, all right, if you want to see us, you come out. Vulfpeck's a big enough band that people are going to travel for this show. We could ask, Danny, Tommy, Drake, is everybody going out to Brooklyn for these 4 nights? Answer's probably yes. These are the same people showed up to MSG. We'll follow around for all of these big festival shows. I mean, you're forgetting 4 nights out of your favorite band.
Right.
Like, yeah, you want an exciting place like Brooklyn. But really, like, 4 nights of your favorite band, you could probably pull pretty much anywhere.
Interesting. I like the cut of your jib. That's interesting.
The cut of your jib.
Now, it's almost like Vulf's going the way of the popular stand-up comedian in a way. Where it's like, you don't really see bands doing 2 shows a night for 4 nights straight. That's kind of like a comedian move, no?
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm curious, do they just do
Era
2 sets?
It's Era 2.
It's Era 2? It's Era 2? Maybe this is like a VulfCon, like, pre-play. It's
kind of cool. It's like they're having like a little event. Like they're, having a little residency, shall I say.
Mm-hmm.
We get 4 shows. What do you want the 4 set lists to be, essentially? Because it's what would you want? Like, you wouldn't want the same set list 4 times. Would you want, like, Thrill of the Arts, start to finish? Would you want, like, what would you want to hear?
Yeah, what if it's all the releases?
That would be great. There's a little too many albums to do that now.
What if you went to every night and, it was like 2 albums, front to back, every night, 2 different albums?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
What are they going to do?
I don't know.
It seems like a lot of time to fill.
And they have 2 shows a day. Like, that's... And they have 2 a day, too.
Right.
So it's like they have to spice it up somehow.
Right, and it's interesting because, like, if you're one of the people that's going to go to multiple shows, which I would assume would probably be a lot of people.
I'm not flying into Brooklyn unless I'm seeing, like, all 4 shows, to be honest.
Right, well, it's 8.
Or, yeah,
it's
8
2 shows a day,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd see no matter what, you'd see a number.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, interesting, considering the scarcity side of Vulfpeck, this is scarceless.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute scarceless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, considering the scarcity of this, does this I don't know, this, I know it's just going to be a glimpse of time and everybody, people won't necessarily forget it, but it's just a one weekend thing, right? Like, it's a 4-day thing. So I'm just interesting on the scarcity play from Vulfpeck doing so much where it's like, maybe this is an opportunity for them to practice live stuff more, since that's something that Jack has willingly kind of been vulnerable enough to share with people, that he's like, his own worst enemy is that he can't really, he feels he doesn't put on a great live show as good as he can do in the studio. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is a way to, like, play the soft parades, play all the songs that you don't play live.
Yeah.
To maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's maybe I'm over analyzing it, but maybe it's just it's a way to play the live songs that he doesn't want to play at bigger shows, so that the fans get what they want. I don't know. It's interesting.
I think you're right. I think that when you do these kind of like mini residencies, or you do these shows in succession, you have to kind of do that. Like, they're not going to do, like, Vulfpeck has a very tried and true set list. We saw it at the Greek. They released it at Madison Square Garden, like, as an album. That's very much like the quintessential Vulfpeck set list. If they're doing 8 shows, you're not getting the quintessential Vulfpeck set list every show. There's a lot of room to just kind of like Dave Matthews Band themselves and go wild with their entire catalog. And I can't imagine that's not the plan.
I think Jack is really going to have a lot of fun with it.
Right.
I can see him really kind of like going crazy and doing some real like educational, intellectual kind of like things mixed in.
Right.
You know.
Also, this is
Vulf Conservatory. Conservatory, yeah.
That's interesting. And
it is kind of almost like a Vulf conference like layout of like the twice a day meet up for 4 days kind of a situation, like a conference almost.
Right.
So it's like he could really shtick it up and do a lot of
right, like
stuff.
Who knows? One entire performance could just be a TED Talk.
Can you imagine though? You fly all the way to Brooklyn, you only get one ticket, and it's just Jack.
It's just Jack
talking about.
I would actually
like,
be fine with that.
Finances
honestly.
For like
the golden butterfly
for like
asset
4
allocation.
hours.
Yeah,
I love that.
Okay,
It's kind of everything though.
No, this is great. This is because this I would want to go to this for sure just to see, and I think it's a great money play. Because having this conversation, I'm sure this is what a lot of Vulfpeck fans are kind of thinking about. Like, why 8? Why on 4 days? And if I want to hear the song I want to hear, they may not play it at the show I go to. So I better buy another ticket to another show. And
they're reasonably priced to get at least 2 nights, too.
Right. Yeah. If you're making a thing of it, a trip of it, 2, maybe even 3 tickets wouldn't even be too horrible. Of an investment to kind of get that, try to figure out exactly what's happening. Mm-hmm. If you get 1 ticket to 1 show, you don't know what the other 7 shows are going to be.
Yeah. Super cool. The Schwitz experience, it's called, you guys.
The Schwitz experience.
Yeah, so what? This is a VulfCon without a VulfCon, to be honest.
So I think this might be full Wim Hof experience. This might be the whole Schwitz album with different ice bath kind of things, self-help, and kind of like vagus nerve stimulation, kind of like, kind of stuff.
Vagus nerves, yeah. Wow.
Ice bathing it up, I think, maybe.
Wow. There's so much potential to be had here.
What if they put a sauna on stage?
Well, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean,
I could see that.
This is so interesting.
I wonder if our queen Trisha will be doing any
Trisha Roberts
anything for this
Robertson
performance.
Yeah. We should.
I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, this is interesting because I think these 8 shows are going to be monumental in the foundation of Era 2.
Yeah.
Right? New things are coming. You got to go to the sand, as Jack said, in the state of the Vulf. You got to go to the sand. You got to meet them where they're at. Although, they're probably, a lot of Vulf fans are probably in Brooklyn. Of anywhere in New York, they'd be in Brooklyn for sure.
Tommy does music. Can under 19 get in with a parent? Ryan Lerman, I'll start charging the iPhone. I love it.
Sure, no matter what, Tommy gets in.
Oh, Tommy's getting in.
Oh, he's getting in.
He's got that Corey Wong nod. He's the Wong wink.
Tommy's
the Wong
guest
wink
list at this point.
Yeah. And he's got the Theo, what would that be,
the
hard
Theo,
on?
Hey, not
or
for Tommy.
No,
Tommy's
I mean,
underage.
heartbreak hits. He's kind of a, sensual guy.
The Theo Throb, I don't know.
Theo Throb. I like that. This is like, It has a connotation
Heartthrob.
to it. Heartthrob, but it's heartthrob. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. And he got the dart fart. He met all three.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's met 3 of the core 4. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Tommy, he's in it.
He's in it.
The price right now for the bid is up to $10,500.
Wow.
And there's still 10 days left. So
Click the 80 bids. Let's see what people are dishing out. Let's see the history.
all right, y'all, don't look at my eBay account.
We're good.
Password's covered. We're good.
That'd be
Oh,
a real wedding for that kind of price. No, none of this unclear.
Sorry, you're gonna have to cut this out.
Is I suppose that's the Vulfpeck's not providing the efficient, and that's
Theo is.
Theo's officiated.
Theo
He's
is
ordained.
officiating. Theo's ordained. Okay.
Which is why he was saying unknown if it's a legal wedding or not at the end of the video.
All they have to say is "I do," I believe. Get some paper signed after if Theo's really the guy.
Right. Wait, yeah, so if you're married before you do the ceremony, you can have anybody officiate, no?
You technically can, yes, if you want to get married before the ceremony, yes.
So, are you ever married in person at the time when you know I pronounce you man and wife or man and man or
You can either go get married beforehand at a courthouse, sign your stuff before, or I think traditionally, correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, you sign after your ceremony, right?
Traditionally, you sign afterwards. I've actually done this. So you basically the officiant from the if you're kind of going lax with it, and you're doing the sort of like self credentials, the officiant just needs to hear the I do's from either party, and then grab the witnesses. And in the case of when I did it. Just head down to the courthouse the next day, get all the actual.
Are you married,
done.
Daniel?
You're married?
No, I've officiated.
Oh, that's
yes.
cool.
Who did you marry?
I've done it for a couple friends actually.
Daniel?
Shout out Jessica and David.
Wow. That's awesome. I never knew this about
I've
Daniel.
known you since I was how old, and I didn't know this?
Yeah, I've done 2. I've technically, if you count a bar in Santa Barbara, I've done 3, but the paperwork never got to the courthouse. So.
I love that.
Well, so you've presided on 3, but officially 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's
Something like
hilarious.
that.
Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
That is interesting.
Wow. Okay, so we now have the bid information.
Yeah, this is the first one.
$1. Okay, starting price is cent went up to $1, 5, 7, 10, 20, 20, 50, 100. Okay, we're still in the hundreds. Ooh, okay, somebody was bold and went 500. Ooh, 750, 770, 800, 920, 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, 3,712. Ooh, 4,000. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
5K. This is insane, man. 6K. 68, 69, 7, 71, 73, 76, 8. Oh.
Slowing
10.
down.
10,500. Wow. Now this is interesting because this kind of says something about the listenership of Vulfpeck. Mm-hmm. That they're quite well off. No?
Dude, I'm telling you, Brooklyn. You gotta have that Brooklyn coin.
Brooklyn. Well, Bonnaroo is not in Brooklyn.
I feel like Vulfpeck kind of caters itself to like more of like the intellectual, even though we're not. But like, you know what I mean? Like people who
We went to
probably are
college,
more
though.
like white collar, maybe. I hate to like, you
I
know,
think just college educated in general.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have people that aren't, obviously, but like I feel like they probably kind of cater towards.
Right.
Well, that makes sense because I've played Vulfpeck to people who haven't gone to college, and I never realized this now, but they hate it.
I love Vulfpeck. Thematically, it's not quite punk.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's not quite.
It's like Disneyland.
It's not quite struggle music, you know. It's not.
Right.
It's,
No.
It's great.
Yeah,
It is. It's very-
kid music.
It's rich white people shit.
It's child
Yeah.
for children.
Yeah, it's middle.
Yeah.
It's middle class to rich white people shit.
Right. It's definitely not
But I
punk.
love it.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 62.5 episodes in, we figure out the Vulfpeck's an actual band. Doing some really hard analysis here.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, okay.
I'm moving on up in the world.
Well, Bonnaroo is not in New York, so these people could be anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, do you know where Bonnaroo is? Tennessee.
Yikes.
Okay.
Don't do drag while you're there.
Well, who knows? I think Vulfpeck might be. Is the Schwitz considered
true.
drag?
Yeah, I mean that hat is one step away from a wig. I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, and also you're probably closer to what is it? What are people so afraid of with the drag? That they're gonna do something to
they
their
think
kids?
that it's like grooming, which is like insane.
I think
but
men in robes with hats on and barely anything under, I think they're way closer to grooming than any drag queen.
All right, let's not go down this road.
I think the Tennessee state law should outlaw Vulfpeck and just the Schwitz.
They're one stiff breeze from being a flasher.
Yeah, one swift breeze.
Stiff.
Yeah, stiff.
One stiff breeze.
Yeah, the Schwitz experience in Tennessee.
Gotta say.
You're going away in cuffs. I gotta say. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So Vulf wedding. I think that would be amazing.
I can't wait to see the footage from that. That's gonna be epic.
Yeah. Cool.
Now, if Theo's presiding, would it be a Jewish ceremony?
It's
or
whoever.
Is it just universal, kind of like whoever?
Well, I would assume whoever wins the bid is the
Well, I guess he's not a rabbi, so I feel like it probably is just universal, right?
Well, all it is just you just sign up for something online. You pay like $20, and you're a reverend. Sorry, Reverend Daniel. Are you technically a reverend?
Yes, actually.
What? You're a reverend?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
legally
at the Universal Life Church, yes.
Universal Life Church.
Card carrying member.
and that's just the entity through which people who aren't reverends get reverendship to marry people.
That is the entity that works in the most counties in the United States, was my understanding. And
interesting. Wow.
Okay.
Even Theo.
Interesting.
I love it.
I just want to do that and not marry anybody. I'm just a reverend.
Can do that.
Wow. How much is it?
It's about I want to say it's below. I did it several years ago. It was below $50. But I mean, there's tons of things that you can do as a reverend of the Universal Life Church. It does not just stop at weddings. I'll get you some reading materials.
He's gonna proselytize here on the Conscious
I love
podcast.
it.
That's great. I think it's funny. It's more expensive to go to a Vulf show than to become a reverend. So actually, would whoever wins the bid, why doesn't Jack just use some of that money to get Theo into the Universal Life Church?
I think he already is, according to Mary Erdewild. Erdewild? Yeah, she said that he's already ordained. Do you want to see the proof?
Oh, Mary Ellerwine? Is that her name?
She said right here, I think Theo's already ordained. So if they bring the paperwork from the right state, it should be legal.
Oh. Read the reply on that. After hearing him preach at the Wiltern, I bet that he is ordained. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Should we get into the new Vulfmon album here?
Yes. Vulfnik. The first single of Vulfnik, I Can't Party, which is the song we opened with.
I Can't Party.
And this is actually hits home for Jag because this is recorded in his, I don't know exactly where this is, if this is his front yard, if this is his backyard, but this is the physical location of where all these things were stolen from.
I know. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
I bet he's going to be like so scared to like shoot anything at home now.
No.
You don't think?
No. What he's going to do is if he owns this property, he's just going to rent it out, make the income, and buy another location.
Yeah.
Preferably next to a hill from which he could climb to poop each morning.
100%.
Yeah.
Fibrous logs.
Right. And that's another thing that I noticed. And if you're a follower of the Instagram stories, you know, he's only able to do the I Can't Party dance because of how strong his legs are by going to poop atop Eagle Rock Mountain every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong gams.
Fibrous loads.
It's got some strong gams on him. I'm very excited about this record.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I love his format because he keeps consistent with the format of the text of all the tracks. So UCLA, only the U is capitalized. LAX, only the L is capitalized. So on his acronyms, he only capitalizes the first letter, which I think is consistent. Unique. It's unique and consistent, and I like that.
Me too.
And he didn't post all the collaborators on this post, but there's a bunch of people he collabed with.
For sure, Jacob Jeffries already.
Jacob Jeff. Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, could you go to Jacob Jeffries' Instagram right now and go to his story? Because there's a really funny thing he posted on his story today with him and I believe it's his dog. And crank up the audio. Let's go to the story here. Let's tune in. Next one. No.
Is it gone?
Oh, it's Ice Cream Shop.
And no one is taking me back to the ice cream shop where the farts all started. I farted, and no one is taking me back to the ice cream shop where the farts all started. I farted, and no one is taking me back to the ice cream shop where the farts all started. I farted, and no one is taking me back to the ice cream shop where the farts.
So is this is a lactose intolerant anthem?
100%.
Yeah, where the farts all started.
100%.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerance anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. He's gonna be on the show one day.
Yeah.
We're gonna get on. We're trying to get on more people from the Vulfpeck and the Vulf sphere all in general. It's just I need to do some work on getting a few more episodes out so it doesn't look like we're just this negative Nancy fest about getting kicked out of the Vulfpeck.
We're not.
So
we ain't no negative Nancy's up in this beach.
No, yeah. If you're a follower of the show and you go back to episode 61 where all of this came undone, you will notice that the title has changed, the thumbnail has changed, just so that when I ask future guests to come on the show, that they don't see a pity party.
And I also deleted the thumbnail from our Instagram. So
you did? I noticed that. Yeah. So we're scrubbing like hell.
We're scrubbing it all away.
The distaste that we created by being so negative, and we apologize that because Vulfpeck is all positive. Yeah. Except for the people they place as admins.
Don't be shady. We're being good at this pod.
Yeah. So what are beatniks?
Okay. So the reason why I want to dive into this is because like I'm kind of like I don't know. I love like history, especially when it has to do with like fashion and music and culture and things like that. So I wanted to get into a little deep dive on beatniks because it's Vulfnik, the album, right? Beatnik, Vulfnik, and he's dressed like a beatnik on the cover, right? Okay. So it was a social movement in the 1950s and 60s, and it's all about being anti-materialistic, and also it has to do with like environmentalism and socio-political things like civil rights and things like that. Snaps. They reject conformity, consumerism, and mainstream American culture. And yeah, they're just very artsy people, dance, poetry, music, everything like that.
The term beat was originally used by Jack Kerouac in 1948. Mm-hmm. So it's only natural that Jack Strat.
Yeah, Jack to Jack.
Jack to Jack. From click to brick, Jack to Jack.
Jack to Jack. Now there's this really interesting thing that I read about the beatniks and how beatnik kind of culture became appropriated by
whiteys?
By not just whiteys, but rich whiteys. So the term caught on because it could mean anything. It could even be exploited in the affluent wake of the decade's extraordinary technological inventions. Almost immediately, for example, advertisements by hip recording companies in New York use the idea of the beat generation to sell their new long-playing vinyl records. This is a direct correlation to Vulfnik, don't you think?
Whoa.
Because Jack loves to make comments about the music industry and about capitalism and how it's really hard on the artist, right? Like that's his whole stance.
Right,
with
the
Spotify,
CNBC,
own your masters, things like this.
Right.
This is like a direct correlation to like, I hate to say his manifesto, but it's kind of like his motto in a way of, you know, being an artist in this modern time where you can do it your own way and like own your music, own your masters. And
would that be his milieu? Is that what that is?
I don't know French, bitch. I don't know French, okay?
No, but I want to say, Tori,
I'm not that fancy.
You have dug deep here. And I like that because you're like the Sean Evans of Vulfpeck now.
Oh my God.
Isn't this very Sean
My
Evans?
bald king.
Yeah.
I love Sean.
Because
he needs a new makeup artist though, no shade.
I would think, honestly, that was a word salad. If I even came across that, I would have been like, I don't even know what I'm even reading. But you came across that, you analyzed it into the TCCP sphere. And that is such a minute detail that would easily go overlooked. And I got to give you
some snaps. I love it. And I wanted to show some pics of some really cool beatnik fashion. And some illustrations that are really cool. This one is like the stereotype one that was kind of like made into a comic or whatever with these two people.
That's
and I love this.
Oh, yeah. Very Tiki Oasis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid-century modern character design. I love it.
Okay.
But yeah, and also if anyone is interested in more like beatnik culture stuff, one of my favorite films, Funny Face, with Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire, they have a really cool cafe scene where it's like super beatnik and like very artsy and like bohemian. So check that out if you're interested.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. We went on a great tangent there. I love it. Thumbs up from Reverend D.
Yeah, Reverend D loves it.
That was pretty deep. That was cool.
Yeah.
No, and I think that that's something to talk about, right? Like that the exploitation of something to sell vinyl records. Mm-hmm. Now, it's interesting. Jack's the way, you know, the album cover, the name of it, and I would even think, can you go back to the track list?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Bonnie Wait, Harpege, James Emerson used one finger. Lord will make a way. Wow, okay. That's a throwback. Nice to you, Blue. How much do you love me? Oh my gosh.
Remix, yeah.
So it's interesting because I think that point of the exploitation is something so minute that it would be something Jack would exploit the exploitation.
100%. It's a comment on the movement, the beatnik movement, and how it was then exploited by like rich white 1%ers. You know what I mean?
Right.
People who really didn't care about what the movement meant, right? Which was like, you know,
well,
anti-capitalist in a way, and like pro, you know, environmentalism, and you know, pro, you know, minorities being like actually represented and listened to. And I don't know, I'm getting like really art schooly and like stuff like that. But I think I really see Jack in a way like reading a book about some artist that he loved in the 50s and 60s that was like in the beatnik movement, and him getting interested in it, being like, ooh, this would be a cool spin for like my Vulfmon album or whatever. I can totally see him doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seems what's great is it's kind of Vulfmon transcends decades and transcends eras. It seems
100%.
Like Vulfmon from 2022 was very like 80s. At least the look,
80s, but also 2020s as well, because those sunnies were really
everybody's
popular.
wearing those sunnies nowadays.
Yeah,
but it's still it had an energy, like the hair on the chest and the look,
masculine 1980s.
Yeah, it kind of felt like an 80s magazine for selling jeans or something. You know what I mean? Like the stoic man, you know, like the Marlboro man or something, you know, from a different era.
Yeah.
And this, it's great because Vulfmon now has a lore and a pizzazz that transcends time in a
and
way.
eras. Yeah, 100%.
Which is so Vulfmon.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Because, like, I'm sure there's, like, I want to see, like, the Renaissance Vulfmon. The Baroque Vulfmon.
Dang, you're going back in time, bro.
You know? Or even...
Medieval.
Or even Chrome Vulfmon. And just go way into the future like SpongeBob. Everything's chrome. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be great, too.
But he has to do it in, like, a weird, like, 1960s, like, way. Where I love, like, 1960s sci-fi.
Yes. Yeah. Where everything was like a miniature in the movies. They had like miniature.
Yeah, like 2001: A Space
Godzillas.
Odyssey.
Yeah. Wow.
We love Vulfmon.
Wow. We love
He's
Vulf.
great.
It's gonna be a great album. I still play a lot of the songs from last year's Vulfmon album. I love.
He had some
Boogeyman.
really good hits.
Yeah. Was it Here We Go Jack?
Yeah.
Here We Go Jack's a great track. It's on repeat sometimes. Yeah, on my Apple Music. Yeah.
Gotta say though, the U.S. has been getting the short end of the stick for the vinyls again, because this is the USA, this is the UK, and this is Japan. Like, why don't we get the cute Jack with the hole in the belly button or something cool?
What's your take on this, Daniel? You're a resident vinyl collector. Well, and do you think, like, say, put yourself in Jack's shoes, why he would choose this? Is it consistency with American records? Why you would keep the Vulf? And is the red Japanese or is the red UK?
Japan's the plain white.
The plain white.
That one's UK.
So he kind of switched it up. Did he do this for the UK?
Japan was red last time.
Japan was all red. Right. Okay. I'm sorry. I keep extending my questions to several paragraphs before I let you speak. So sorry.
No, this is another good question, though. I mean, I don't really care much for the limited editions based on regions. It's never been something that's a favorite thing of mine. I'm by no means a completionist, so it doesn't harm me. I'm sure it does for collectors here in the U.S. that have all of the different kind of probably have the fan and retail finish line records, stuff like that. Get all the variants. I love when a record's fun. I love when if maybe it's a blue pink split. Maybe it's marbled. Maybe it's this or that. It is always fun when a record's fun. To Tori, was it your point was maybe that it was like uniform with all of the other U.S. releases?
That's what Indy said, yeah.
Indy, yeah. That's the possibility of why they're going with that kind of standard Vulf one. Perhaps, I think you should be able to choose which one you want.
Yeah,
I don't think you
agree.
should be locked out of one because of a market. I've never enjoyed that.
Oh, so we can't order one if we're not in those locales?
I mean, why would you...
Can you buy a UK one if you live here?
Where's this supposed to go?
I think you can, right? He just said you should pick the one closest to you, from what I know, right?
No, but but they'll ship it anywhere. It's just more maybe to ship. I wonder if this would be a good question.
It says to the U.S. right here.
Shipping
11
to the
pounds.
US. Okay, so you can choose whichever one you want. So, everything I just said is totally moot.
No.
He said though you should pick the one closest to you though.
It might even like up the amount of total sales overall this way, where it helps two sides of the customer. You have the completionist who's gonna buy 3 albums per release now, and also you have the geographic issue of having them all be printed in one region and having that issue of shipping, right? So you solve 2 problems while also generating a third good possibility, or or a positive result out of this by getting actually an increased profit because of the completionist. He knows completionist is going to buy whatever he puts out.
Yeah. People are going to be trading these at the hotels in Brooklyn in November. I can assure you that. People are going to be trading for Japanese variants, for UK variants, and someone's going to bring, who knows what old kind of one of the old EPs or something. Probably not, to be honest. But
yeah.
Maybe an MSG reprint. Who knows?
I think people trade on the Vulfpeck too.
Yeah, that's allowed.
They have trading threads. Yeah.
From what I remember.
So he said, select the region closest to you for cheapest shipping. So it's kind of nice, for people who don't want to spend an arm and a leg to get something to Japan to have to ship it to the U.S. that they have a place closer.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Right. But yeah, for cheapest shipping, meaning that you could still buy it.
You can still get it.
Right,
yeah. You're just going to spend more getting it all the way from Japan. But
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Era 2 has really begun,
100%.
Also, he's kind of sleeping on the I know he's a busy guy. But
he is.
I can't imagine the amount of preparation you have to have for recording albums the way he does. He's probably got albums, if he's trying to keep it's like Vulfmon's the Apple Watch. It's this new thing that became a thing, and then now you got to do it every year now on top of Fearless, on top of Vulf.
But I feel like it was his baby born out of the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Vulfmon? Yeah.
I feel like that was the thing. Obviously, he was still working on Vulf stuff, but I feel like he really took a break to realize, oh wait, I can have my own thing. All these other guys have their own thing too. I should do my own thing. I can make my own music on my own and do this, and it's really cool.
I think that it is really cool, and I also think it's an exercise in humility. I'm gonna take it there.
Oh, here we go again. We always go back to this.
And it's an exercise in humility because Jack could have been an artist called Jack Stratton. Theo's Theo, Corey's Corey, Woody's Woody, Joe's Joe. He's Vulfmon, baby. And there's just an element of mysticism. There's the mysticism element.
Yeah.
Where he's not Jack Stratton. He is, and maybe this is an ego play, not even humility.
I was going to say, it's almost like he's still taking the moniker Vulf, and then he's using it for his offshoot. So in a way, I mean, that's marketing genius right there. You still have the Vulf, you still have the Vulf keyword.
Right.
But, it's smart.
What do you say? Ego play, humility play? I'm leaning towards humility play.
Neither.
I don't want to attribute either of those words to it. Obviously, Vulf branded something is probably an easier thing to sort of get the fan base behind than a Jack Stratton branded project, depending on
it's a lazy play.
I don't think it's a lazy play. I think it's an artistic identity play.
Right.
It still has all of the sort of signature of Vulf to it. Whereas if Jack Stratton wanted to go be Jack Stratton, who knows? Maybe we'll see that in 10 years. Maybe that's a whole other influence that he hasn't told us about that he's listening to right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's like what you said, marketing. It's like what you said, where you can get it's not necessarily lazy. It's just a joke, but getting the Vulf people, the Vulf fans in it's within the universe, right? It's within that. It's his own thing that he's built. Also, you spend a decade plus building something. Yeah. Why just
he's the Vulf
why
daddy.
Not add to it more?
He's the Vulf daddy. It's his baby.
Yes, exactly. In the same way that we're the Chobo. Yeah. We're on that Chobo.
The Chobo
clan.
Chubs.
Yeah, Chobo Chubby. And I feel that way too, because I feel that way too, because if Chobo, if I want to do something artistically, my mind initially goes to Chobo, and goes how could I Chobify this?
Yeah. That Vulfpeck lens.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy, crazy how had Jack not made Vulf, I wouldn't have made Chobo.
I know you always say that.
I always say that. I owe that to him. Going on the humble play here.
Kook. Should we get to Joey's new album?
Yes, okay, is this nostalgiac or nostalgic?
It's nostalgiac because if you look at the thingy, it's nostalgic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nostalgiac.
Yeah. Really cute pic of him on the front.
I love these singles. Every one of them has been amazing. I know he released Make a Wish a while ago now, but Beat the Same, One More Try is
so cute.
I've literally had One More Try on repeat while I play Call of Duty live. And it's crazy. It's interesting. Daniel came over before the show when I was playing Call of Duty. And it's weird when I'm talking to somebody, talking to Daniel. I offered him to play. He refused. But when I'm talking to Daniel and I'm playing, I was getting kills left and right.
You were good, actually.
Isn't that odd?
I was going to say something. You were really good.
It's really odd. I was literally having a conversation with Daniel as I was playing, barely even paying attention, and I was murking fools.
Yeah. Yep,
and what's crazy, when I have something on that isn't the game and it's louder than the game, I do this all the time. I don't like to hear the game. When I'm playing it, I either have talk radio on or I put a song on repeat. And if the songs, it's weird. If I play multiple songs, it doesn't work as well. I mean, it works, but not as well. If I have something on repeat and I get that, I slip back into the chorus 25 times, I'm just like, I'm in a zone. Where it's like talk radio or talking to somebody, podcast style talk, it's
you're better while multitasking and like focusing on two different things at once.
I think that's true for me in general. It's weird because when you multitask, you do both of them worse generally. But when I multitask, one thing works good. Like I probably wasn't the best to talk to while I was playing, but goddamn, I was listening to what you were saying and murking fools.
I didn't notice a difference in the conversation either, so it was all around good multitasking.
Wow. I'll take that ego play.
I don't know how someone survives that long on shipment, to be completely honest.
Shipment 24/7, baby. That's the only reason, the 24/7 part. If it's swapped to other different maps, I know we're on a different tangent here, but if it's swapped to different maps, I wouldn't be able to be as good. When you shipment, and you go straight back into shipment, you know where the nooks and crannies are where you can murk fools. On to the next Vulf thing.
Do you guys want to check out Joey's newest single off his album?
It's kind of out of left field, which I loved.
Not out of left field, though, for him to cover a Curtis Mayfield song.
Oh,
because he is like the biggest
him playing
fan.
A bass.
But yeah.
With chords. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so excited for his album.
Yeah.
Let's listen for a sec.
I've been trying. Lord knows that I've been trying to understand why. Can I be your only man? You say you love me.
I just have to say, I really love this kind of intimate, almost like you snuck in while he was practicing type of like music video.
Yeah.
It's very non-produced looking and very like, I obviously love his like produced stuff with like his cute little puppets and everything. Yeah. But for this song is like, it's really nice, like really just chill. You like snuck in there with a camera and saw him like warming up or whatever. Like it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. I think it's Joey has an interesting unpredictability with his art, which is great because although the album may be pretty cohesive sonically, you don't know if he's going to have a produced video like the One More Try with the basketball and the puppet or even like the
Don't Want It to Be Over.
Yes, exactly. The Don't Want It to Be Over. Insane how produced that was, right? Like But
And Corey does the same thing with his stuff.
and
You
didn't
don't know
Corey?
what way he's gonna take
I think
it.
it was on a Corey album, but the song it was a First Avenue, where they had that panning camera around the room, and it was like super produced.
Wasn't that Golden?
No, I think it was. Look it up. It's. I think it's.
I think so.
First Avenue, I think. First Avenue, Corey Wong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Take me there. Yeah, you know where. Wanna
Also, love the look.
Yeah, the long hair.
Yeah, the long hair.
And the super short hair on Corey.
Yeah. But yeah,
love it.
it's interesting with Joey because like you could tell he really follows his intuition with something, which is great because like he's really in tune with that. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the Vulf people are, but the Vulf musicians are, but I think Joey more than a lot of them. I think Theo's along that line too with being super intuitive, but Joey just has he really has that
He's an artist, like Corey is. Where like they really just have fun with every element of the production. Like you can tell they really like doing the music videos. They don't just do it
right.
to promote the music, to go on the tour or whatever. Like they really like have a concept and go
Right.
wild with it. And
Exactly.
Have fun.
Yeah, and that doesn't take away from the other musicians.
No, not
they're
at all.
they're artists too, but in the way like more auteur, right? Where like I would say the I've been trying he easily could have, you know, how I take intuitively from that is like if it's just me on a guitar, me on a bass, playing this by myself, no other instruments other than my own dub, you know, dubbing over myself. That lends itself to unproduced. Sit with me,
Yeah.
listen to this,
Yeah.
and also kind of lends itself to like the song lyrics too. Like I've been trying. It's like
Literally, I've been
trying everything
to get this fucking record done. Yeah.
right. Well, also like it's almost kind of an oxymoron because like it's just one take. No, it's not even trying. You know, like it's just interesting because like I really feel like he kind of goes inside voice, and really kind of goes, okay, what would this be? Whereas like Vulfpeck is just like lo-fi, like digital zooms,
Yeah.
and like you know the iPhone gimbal.
Let's tune into the session. Yeah.
Let's tune into the session. Like you know what you're gonna get with Vulf, and I'm sure you know there's stuff that you won't expect, obviously, but like not in the way that Joey does it, because you really don't know. Like if it's gonna be the hand puppets, is it gonna be First Avenue? Is it gonna be just him
Yeah,
sitting?
and Corey's the same too. Like he's done so many cool
Right.
different concepts, animated, puppets,
or even just
crazy
the what was it, the Mr. Rogers song that was like really you know, like the spotlight. I mean, it was shot in the same studio, but like the spotlight on him, and like it was very kind of like classic looking. Or even like, you know, the One More Try where he's got the it's obvious that he did the slow motion trick where you speed up the song double speed in real life, but shoot it in slow-mo. So you're singing it really fast, but when you play it back slow, it's slow motion, but your lips are actually moving with the actual. It's great. It's incredible. And like the shiny of his sweat on it because it's basketball.
Yeah.
His sweat is glistening. It's like there's so many different styles to Joey, and it's so great. Like I don't know him, but you can get a sense of who he is from his music videos.
Yeah.
You know? And there's like he has a great color palette. He really, like, I really feel like he considers color in not just sounds, but color and theme, which is it's like a good melding between the three, you know? I mean, yeah, I think he's kind of underutilized in the music video game in the Vulfsphere.
I think he should be getting way more views than he gets. Like
Yeah, I agree.
His stuff is so well done, and his music is so great. Like, I don't know. People are sleeping on Joey. I love Joey.
People be sleeping on Joey. I think Jack be sleeping on Joey too. Both in bed and music video game.
Kook.
JK.
We talked about this in the last episode, but we were at this show that Corey had.
Oh, it's the one that Daniel hates. Or he hates the mix. Sorry.
The
horrible mix.
The mix is the mix gives me a different energy than what I felt at the show.
I agree.
And I find it very strange because I'm watching something that I experienced in a very different context, and I am not getting anything that I experienced. It's a very clean mix, but it's weird to have a completely different experience.
Like, it lacks depth in a way.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's flat.
It's a bit flat.
Clean. Yeah. It's a little,
Okay.
It's a bit compressed. Like, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Also, the Wiltern has great acoustics. So, and we were in the deep depths of the room right next to Jack Stratton. Mm-hmm. Also, like, we were right next to the front of house, too. So, like, I think that probably a lot of that sound is directed to exactly where we were standing. So we were actually getting the optimal mix in person. Whereas if we were standing closer, probably where this camera, I know that the camera, where the camera is, it's not the mix, but we're probably getting something similar to this mix up close than we would have where we were standing by the front of house. No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Speechless.
I was a little closer for the first half, and I don't. Again, I don't feel like this mix gives
it justice.
Gives the experience of the show. It was funny. I actually shared this with a friend. I was like, "So this was the Corey Wong concert." He's like, "Was the audience having a good time?" I'm like, "You don't even know. Like, the show is incredible."
Yeah,
and like I said, this mix shows off, the instrumentation, musicianship of the players on stage, but it's a weird live mix. Weird.
I love this comment. He specifically said your mix on this one was incredible.
Shout out to front of house. Wow. Okay. Let's see if there's any more. Press Command F and type mix. Okay, we got 3. Oh, okay. There's 2 technically. All right, keep going, or hit the down arrow on the mix options. Oh, Corey mixed it.
But here's another question I actually have.
Yeah.
Because so I watched this video and I formulated that opinion on the mix. And I listened to the album that has LA recordings in it from that first, stint of the tour, which I hope we do get a vinyl of. And I thought, like, listening to it, that I had sort of like received the same feelings, right? Of being at the concert. Why would those mixes be separate? Right? Do you think that those are completely different mixes for the album and for the video?
Yes. Only because I think Corey, I think it's all in the presentation, because Corey is very much a perfectionist. I don't think that's to his detriment. I think that's to his. That's not a negative for me.
Yeah, he's proven to be to overcome that. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely like one of the people who is a perfectionist, and it doesn't hinder them whatsoever.
Yes, agreed.
Like, I remember those tour vlogs that he was doing. I don't know if it was in like 2021 or
crazy.
The way that he presents every single live show is probably, and I've done shows before, like, playing live. It's like he's in the Navy SEALs of music. It's like there are few people who take live music performances as seriously as Corey Wong. The
amount of equipment he owns and brings everywhere is insane.
And he single-handedly reroutes the front of house back to the stage to a mixer so that he doesn't have to communicate with the front of house, so that he can fix the monitors himself.
It's perfect.
He knows exactly where, and he records every live show.
It's very
multi-track.
It's very you, honestly.
It's not. I'm much more lazy than that.
No, maybe but I'm saying if you were like a musician, I feel like you would be very like...
I like that stuff.
Very specific about how it's being recorded and what's going on, so you know how to control it.
Right.
You know?
Well, and if I didn't already like that stuff or am partially interested in, because I consider myself an engineer to some degree. I'm not great, but I'm an engineer, you know, an audio and video engineer. So... that stuff makes sense to me, and that's why I particularly caught on to it, you know, because like it's not really hugely covered in the tour vlogs, but I noticed, I'm like, wait,
it's crazy.
A lot of bands don't do that. The people just go on a mic and say, hey, give me more monitor on the drums, a little bit more please, you know. But he doesn't have to do that. He just goes over to his little mixer, raises it.
It's crazy.
All you got to do is just communicate to Corey, and he does the rest. Meanwhile, putting on a show as a lead man. You know, he is insane. Do we have more mix comments here?
Yeah, this person loved the mix. Killer mix, they said.
Major props to the videographer, mix engineer. Killer mix. Okay, any more? A little more love to your drummer on the mix, the middle school dance medley. Okay.
That was fun. Middle school dance medley.
Yeah. I loved that middle school, like the Sandstorm.
That was cool.
Yeah,
Sandstorm was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Wow. Well,
I gotta say, big fan of Corey Wong going to the kind of jam band school of just record, you know, the Grateful Dead school of record every show you do in some
It's pretty
capacity.
cool.
Right.
Dude, he's a content king. He's there to milk all that content. Every show he's been recording, it's awesome. He's great.
And his ability to... He's honestly made it to media company status. Like, he's a media entity. Like, the way he...
100%.
The team that he builds around him, not just music. Like, if you think of the Corey Wong touring band with, I don't know, was there 10 plus people in his touring band? He probably has just as much or more video team and editing team. Because like everything's super highly edited. Everything's very well produced in a shot. And I believe like you could tell, because like the way Corey is such a perfectionist in a good way for his music, you could totally tell that he directs a lot of what he wants to his video staff and editing staff too. Like, or even the what was it? Was it the Ernie Ball sessions where he partnered with Ernie Ball for a little while?
Cool.
And those videos were really highly produced, and I could tell that Corey had a lot of direction in that. He is a force to be reckoned with, you know, or is it not to be reckoned with? What's that saying? Can you reckon?
Either way, it's true.
Either way, it's true.
We're talking about a musician that kind of branded his first stuff in almost a public access kind of, not even almost, like an actual branded his first album as public access. You know, remember the old Minneapolis and made it to late night and everywhere in between. Never kind of forgot that whole video portion.
Or even like the Corey Wong and the Green Screen Band, like that album where I remember that was kind of like my first kind of introduction to Corey Wong, where I was like, oh, is this the name of his band? Corey Wong and the Green Screen Band? I kind of like that name. But no, it's just something he tried.
Yeah.
You know? And then, it's just amazing. Like awesome. Even like the Striped album, I love Power Station.
He loved Power Station.
Power Station's amazing. That's one of the albums that I'll put on repeat. Not just the song, the whole album. That's a great album. Love Power Station. Corey Wong, what a freaking force to be or not to be reckoned with. I don't know what to say.
And he's got a new Wong compressor.
Yes.
What's happening? This is Corey Wong. I'm here to introduce the Wong compressor. If you're somebody who's been looking for the most versatile compressor that's ever existed on the market for guitar or bass, something that can plug into your amplifier or direct into a console, this is the compressor for you.
Oh, for it's bass and guitar.
Yeah, super cool. So yeah, this is the website. Y'all can go
so
grab it.
That is so amazing. Like, it is every musician's dream to be able to get to the point where you can actually partner with either a brand or just tour in the way that he's touring. You can go anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And also come up with actual physical products.
Yeah.
Multiple times over. I mean, he's got the other pedal, right? Was the Optimist? Is that what that's called?
You know this man has full control over his career when he looks at it and he goes, I'm going to go do cruises first.
Yeah, right? Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Wow.
He's awesome.
And he's like the epitome of let the work speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like I think probably a lot of these things come to him. Like, I'm sure maybe the Wong compressor is something that he's been wanting to do, or even those plugins, those clean plugins that he released a while back.
That was cool.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And who knows if it was something that he wanted to make or was approached to. He's definitely at that stage where it could be either, where it's like, I want to do something and I reach out and then it gets done, or he's big enough and his style of music is along the line of something that a company wants to make a product aligning with.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredible. You can't really get better than Corey Wong, honestly.
His work ethic is crazy. Just thinking about the fact that he has a wife, 2 kids. He's doing this YouTube channel, making content like crazy. He's doing social media, and he's touring like crazy, making records. Like, this guy is freaking, I don't know what he's taking, but I think we need some. That's all I gotta say. He is hopped up on life. Yeah. And he is taking it by the horns for sure. He's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he's a reverend.
Very possibly. I did see I might have mentioned this actually on a previous episode. It was fun to flip open a Sweetwater catalog and see a full page reverb ad with him on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. He did a collab with Sweetwater. Yeah. Like a whole class, right? It was like a...
Oh, wow. Maybe. I haven't seen that.
I think it was like a class you could participate in or something like that.
Do you remember like a couple of years ago, and now you look back on it and you're like, I should have just like gotten this. He would have tracked anything for you. It was like $1,000, $2,000 like option on his website for you just like send him a song and he'll just track a guitar part on it.
Really?
I think I remember that.
2018, yeah.
Oh, where he could be on your track?
Yeah, he'd be on
I remember
track.
that.
It was like a pretty low price too.
I remember that actually.
That's like, I remember some rapper, or maybe it was like Lizzo or something, or some rapper, maybe, I forgot who it was, but it was like $50,000 for me to be a verse.
Yeah.
One verse on your track. Crazy.
Humble beginnings, Corey Wong.
Wow. And now that's not even an option.
No, he's so busy.
Sure it's not.
He's so busy.
But I'm sure he could bump that up to $10,000 and he'd probably get something.
He's too busy now. But.
Yeah, he probably
I wouldn't think that would take him much time. He seems like a one-take wonder kind of guy.
He puts
Maybe
out, he does put it out enough that it's probably not.
He could probably do it if it was the price. It was a lot. Like, I mean, he's had so many collabs.
Let's talk, like, the Cause Nod took an afternoon. That was 2 takes.
Cause Nod took an afternoon. 2 takes. Yeah, he flew him direct out of Burbank. That's right. Yeah, that was one of the stipulations. Mm-hmm. He had to leave Burbank and arrive back in Burbank within 8 hours or something like that.
There's no other way of doing it, I gotta say. 100%.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Corey Wong, Joey Dosick, Vulfnik. What else do we got?
Theo's haircut. So I caught Theo's live. It's crazy. It's wild, you guys.
Let's go full screen on this.
Full screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we checked with you.
Wow.
We checked with you.
Dude, this is great. Whoever this is, I gotta read this.
You gonna go from Jewish Krusty the Clown to prime Elon Musk when he sold PayPal. Deep. Damn. That's deep. That's deep. I would have given myself a little more than Jewish Krusty the Clown. What was that?
Save the tough.
Oh, nice.
Too late.
These are fans, remember?
Let's see, it might be a little.
Guys, this digital life is absurd.
Corey Wong in the chat.
Corey Wong in the chat.
I tried to scroll to find it, and I couldn't.
Dart's entered the room.
Line him up.
Oh, man. Thank you, Julian. He said he's seen Kendrick twice, and nothing beats your performances. That's deep. I appreciate it. Joe Dart says, double, let's go.
That's kind of a double meaning. Let's go.
How big of an inspiration has Jeff Buckley been? Definitely big. I'm a big fan of Jeff Buckley.
I had to say,
I have.
You guys, I live recorded this on my phone, and it picks up your audio if you say anything.
I didn't know it did
and
that.
the alarm started going off, the Alexa alarm. So I had to say something. So embarrassing, but
no, it's great.
But yeah, this video is really cute, and he finally gets his haircut, and I'll show you. He does a little walk around. There we go.
Size.
All right.
What you like?
Just checking it out.
Oh, Jason! Jason Staten! Dude, this rules, bro.
Alright.
Are you kidding me?
Puts a hat on right
Immediately.
No, it's not. You know what I mean? I was just getting too
Shaggy.
much in the front. Do we want to? I love it, Turk. Do we want to? Do you do a shave moment, or are you just?
Hell yeah, well.
Is that something that
Clippers are really my.
I literally got so anxious when they started using the clippers because I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna ruin this haircut.
Don't.
But it turned out fine. You guys will see. It was fine.
What are your reference tracks?
Yeah, I don't like references, man.
I'm the reference.
I think that's nice.
Immediate hat.
Woo! Nash Vegas.
He's like, as long as it looks good with my hat on, we're good to go tonight. It's fine.
I'd love him to. It's funny that comment. He kind of does give off pre Elon Musk hair plug vibe.
Yeah, totally. He does
Like-
have that hairline right now.
Yeah, because I remember, like the old Elon Musk. Go to Elon Musk before or after.
Dude, it was, yeah.
Elon Musk before and after.
Yo, this shit is wild. This shit is wild.
Yeah. I mean, we got Theo in the before stage here. And I
Gotta say, it really worked on him, didn't it?
it's weird how
Looks
Elon
great.
Musk goes from Theo to Joe Dart. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotta say, there's nothing wrong with being bald. There's nothing wrong with balding. Gotta say, live your best life.
Right.
Do your thing. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
be true to you, right?
Of course.
Should we go into honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions.
We have a Vulf tattoo.
Okay.
You hate it? What's up?
I think it's okay. I just think one leg is bigger than the other,
I see that.
and I think both legs are too big, but one is way bigger than the
Got
other.
some thickies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I,
mean,
do
that's
agree.
not-
I do agree. The one that's kicked up in the air does look a little bit bigger.
right. That's the thing. When you get your Vulf tattoo, you got to get it from a tattoo artist who knows Vulf. Mm-hmm. I think that's a lesson learned here.
But you also have to remember that leg is also on a rounded surface, more of a rounded surface than it is on the right hand side. So it could just be the angle. I mean, that's the calf right there that kind of rounds over. I don't know. It could just be the angle. I don't know.
True.
But God bless.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
This reminded me of Theo. You can cold plunge without telling everyone. I love you,
I
Theo.
love that.
This is really cute. Woody was in the newspaper in Chicago, you guys. Chicago Tribune from March 17th, 2023. And Chicago birders rejoice upon visit by Arctic gull. And it says, it was 8:15 on a Saturday morning when Woody Goss's phone started buzzing. Annoyed, he checked the screen to find out that one of his birding groups was puzzling over a small white gull with distinctive black markings. The bird looked like the Ross's gull, a very rare visitor from the high Arctic that last stopped for an extended visit in Chicago area beaches in 1978. Very cool.
Wow. Goss, a gull person among birders, has no doubt. Wow.
That's really cool. I love it. Pause to read if y'all want to read the rest.
Yeah, definitely. That's an honorable mention if I've ever seen one.
This was cool. On the Reddit, Antoine and Corey Wong came out to jam in New Orleans at the Scary Pockets show.
Wow. Okay.
Very cool. I love that they're just chilling.
Yeah.
Taking pictures. Like, so cute.
Lerman's just
Lermy.
loving it.
Lermy's like, my boys are here. This one's funny, and it's gonna be about Theo. But if you think it's me and Indy, you can cut it out.
Oh.
But there was this picture of Theo on the Reddit.
Okay.
And somebody said, that first picture, Theo looks like an extra from the Pirates of the Caribbean. And then somebody just said, hello, puppets.
Yeah, he looks like the comic relief.
But yeah, he really does look like that guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. But it's no hate on people who are follically challenged. We love them.
Follically challenged. I love that.
Follicularly.
Yeah. Okay.
Challenged, yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember the guy from Jackass? You remember the guy from Jackass who went balding really young?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah. Balding guy from Jackass, yeah.
Not him. Who the hell is that?
No, just go. Not.
It's not this person, right?
No.
Y'all, definitely not Johnny Knoxville. He's always had a head of hair.
No. Brian DK, that guy. Brian, search his name. I don't know. DiCamillo?
DiCamillo?
Yeah,
did he go bald
more
really
images.
young?
Yeah.
Aw, poor guy.
He's very Theo-esque back in the old.
Oh, I see. He had the Elon Musk going on, kind of.
There's got to be some old images because I remember watching Jackass and going, oh man, this guy has no hair and he's like in his 20s. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
We love bald kings and queens out there.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So
that's it for the show.
Wow.
That's pretty much it.
Incredible. Well, we've made it through, and we are going to make this show better. We're going to add some more guests. I am going to get people on either through Zoom or through in person. And we're going to grow the show together. We're going to make it better. And the reason why we were inconsistent recently was partly because of a surgery I had. But
he's on the mend.
I'm on the mend. I feel great. I feel ready for more TCCPs in the future. And I want to make this a community, within the Vulf sphere. So thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and
any last words, Reverend Daniel?
None. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad it finally came out.
Gotta use it.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. But go, whoa.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Oh, did it not work? Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's let. Ooh. Yeah, where's the song?
I know. I've been waiting for the song.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
I'm like, it doesn't have to be just talking and then just music. It could slowly music bed in.
Bye, guys.
All right, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next month for another Conscious Club podcast.
We've got to show right. person that you always thought you'd be. You can't be waiting.
Alejandro.
Got to get on the floor. There's still time on
the valley.
One more try.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Conscious Club podcast. Just really quick, this is a fan-made podcast. Jack Stratton had nothing to do with this hot pile of garbage. We have no affiliation with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or really anything under the greater Vulf umbrella. We just love them so much. We do this show out of love, not for money. But if you want to tip us, we have a Patreon. That's right, it's Patreonify.com. Patreonify.com. That's right. Go over there. It's a hit new craze in the Vulf sphere. Get over there and help us out. We have many different tiers to choose from. If you have a little extra coin to pass on, you get some extra merch, some exclusive merch. So head over to Patreonify.com and thank you guys so much for listening.